It sounds like just a joke gone bad. You should never joke about something like that.
A joke or a threat, the two very different ways people are interpreting Donald Trump's latest comments. Plus, some Iowa State fairgoers are up in arms about the right to bear arms at this year's event.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News This Morning.
Good morning. I'm Scarlett. Thanks for watching Local 4 News This Morning. Donald Trump is in hot water yet again, this time for making what some view as an assassination threat against opponent Hillary Clinton. As Brian Webb reports, the unscripted comment comes as Trump continues to trail Clinton in the polls and lose support within his own party.
Donald Trump is trying to suppress the latest controversy that erupted moments after he said this about the right to bear arms.
If she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know.
Hillary wants to take your guns away. She wants to leave you unprotected in your home. This is a tremendous political movement. There can be no other interpretation.
The NRA, which has endorsed Trump, agreed with the explanation. Many Democrats sided with the Clinton campaign, who called the remarks dangerous. Former Arizona Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, who was shot in the head during a mass shooting, tweeted, "We must draw a line between political speech and suggestions of violence." Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy tweeted, "Don't treat this as a political misstep, it's an assassination threat." House Speaker Paul Ryan, who easily won his state's primary Tuesday, also spoke out.
It sounds like just a joke gone bad. You should never joke about something like that.
Trump has been under fire from members of his own party to stick to message. Yesterday, he took aim at the media for allegedly ignoring the presence of Orlando shooter Omar Mateen's father at one of Clinton's rallies this week.
If that were me, this would be a headline all over the world.
The Clinton campaign has since disavowed Mateen's support and says he was not an invited guest. Brian Webb for CBS News.
A Burlington man is in custody this morning on charges of child sexual assault. Police took 19-year-old Christopher Bindle into custody on Tuesday. He's being held on several charges, including assault with intent to commit sexual abuse. Those charges are the result of an investigation that began last week. That's when Bindle was accused of assaulting a child in a Mediapolis home. He's being held in a Des Moines County jail on a $40,000 bond. Today, bills designed to crack down on child sex abuse will be the focus of a rally in Rock Island. State Representative candidate Mike Halpin will be joining concerned residents, calling for legislators to pass a series of measures that would remove the statute of limitations on those types of crimes. The rally will take place at 10 this morning in front of the Moline Police Station. Illinois high school journalists will have more freedom to write about controversial issues. Governor Bruce Rauner signed the Speech Rights of Student Journalists Act into law this week. It's designed to protect high school journalists from censorship. Several students across the state say they had issues when they wanted to publish controversial stories. However, school administrators can still squash publications that invade privacy or would be considered libel. The Iowa State Fair is just one day away, but it's already creating controversy. That's because there's been a lot of debate about whether they should allow people with a license to carry to bring their guns inside. Governor Terry Branstad defended those with the right to carry and says there's plenty of attention paid to security at the State Fair.
I support the right to carry, but I think the fairgrounds is a little different situation because we have such phenomenal coverage from the highway patrol at the fair. I'm familiar with the fact that we have a significant number of state troopers that are there and protect the safety of the citizens.
But the debate doesn't end with the governor. Local 4's Claire Powell takes us inside the discussion.
Despite last week's heated discussion, the Iowa State Fair says firearms will continue to be banned this year, just like they have since 1980.
Those rules have been in place and have served the Iowa State Fair well.
Any entrance into the Iowa State Fair, the signs will say.
A weapons-free area, the fairgrounds, since the early 80s. In fact, 1980 to be exact,
Despite recent pushes from gun owners and the Iowa Firearms Coalition, the State Fair CEO and board says no outside firearms will be inside because it's a legislative ruling. That is, unless you're an authorized state trooper or police officer.
Iowa State Patrol, the Des Moines Police Department, Polk County Sheriff's Office all work in conjunction to have a plan.
Just like the people in the heated meeting, the early bird fairgoers are split.
I feel like it's just not the time or place. Like, this is where families are, you know, like, just get your buddies, come out here, have a good time. You can leave the gun at home for one night.
If you have the right to carry, I think you should be able to bring it.
Way more hesitant, and there's like a lot more families that are fearful of that.
But if people are responsible and have the registration and the right to conceal, it's your Second Amendment.
State Fair officials say they haven't had any issues in recent years and say their policy and cooperative fairgoers are to thank.
They've been successful and they've been very safe.
Again, Claire Powell reporting there. The Illinois State Fair begins tomorrow with its own controversy surrounding the Twilight Parade. Some people are upset about a new $25 entry fee and a 50-person limit on groups. Nonprofit managers say it's unfair for them to pay a high cost when they don't rely on state money. A State Fair spokesperson says the higher prices will keep track of participants.
To implement that, we've also have to charge our parade goers because they enter the fairgrounds just like everybody else. So this extra fee is just a way for the fair to be able to account for those extra people.
This is the first year the Twilight opening day will not be free. Kids took over the course Tuesday at TPC Deer Run during the John Deere Classic's annual Youth Day. The youngsters got some hands-on experience in different aspects of golf, with volunteers teaching them various techniques. All of it was designed to get kids interested in the game. They had the most fun following the pros and getting their autographs.
Golf is a great game for the whole family. It's something that you can do for your whole life, so it's a great game to teach kids to get involved in. And they can go golfing with Grandma and Grandpa.
John Deere also announced it'll be supporting the First Tee organization for 5 years. Its contributions will help create a college scholarship and give some kids the chance to play in the John Deere Classic Pro-Am. Our coverage of the JDC continues today with live reports from the course. The big highlight will be the John Deere Classic Pro-Am, of course. You can check it out for free if you have a ticket to the tournament. Then tomorrow the real tournament begins. The first players tee off at 7 a.m. Local 4 News will have coverage of all 4 rounds leading up to the crowning of this year's champion on Sunday. And you can watch it all unfold from the team at CBS Sports right here on Local 4. Such a great time out there. I had a chance to head over to the course yesterday, and this is really a nice time because things are still pretty calm out there. You're getting an up-close look at some of the pros practicing ahead of official play, which of course starts tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, they want to get a feel of the course because some of them may not have been here before. Some are veterans here at TPC. So a great time, and I'm sure the crowds are going to be huge as we go through the rest of the weekend.
Oh, of course, always a big time. The time that I spent out there wasn't so bad because the sun wasn't out. So while we were still feeling that humidity, it wasn't as hot. How are things looking for us today?
Well, today is going to be a little warmer than yesterday, and tomorrow even hotter than today. And you add in the humidity, it's going to feel even worse. We're starting out at 70 degrees this morning, and notice that humidity is high at 87%, and visibility down to a half of a mile right now around Muscatine, and we see several locations with visibility at 4 miles or less. So do take it easy out there early this morning, and then as we go through the day today, we will see a warmer temperatures. So if you are heading out to the John Deere Classic, temperatures early this morning in the low 70s will be close to 80 by 9 o'clock, mid 80s by 11, and near 90 degrees by 1 o'clock. Then you add in the humidity, it's going to feel well into the 90s today, and there could be an isolated shower or two somewhere across Iowa and Illinois.
All right, definitely a warm one. One of those days you'll want to keep water on you for sure.
Oh yeah, drink plenty of water out there. If you have some soda, that's perfectly fine too, but make sure you drink plenty of water too.
Thanks, Anthony. What's making the River Bandits owner a very happy man, and what makes this a great week for a former JDC champ? We've got your morning sports next.
Stay with us. The time now is 6:41. You're watching Local 4 News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with Emily Scarlett and meteorologist Anthony Peoples. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.